Good morning, Georgia. I'm Princess Peach coming to you live from Springfield, Illinois. As the last of the tallies are being tallied, we figure out who the next president of the United States will be.
And I'm Kellen Heller. As Georgians, we hope that John C. Breckinridge wins the election. The final tally should be coming in any minute now. Some background information on the race. There were 4 candidates: Democrat John C. Breckinridge, Democrat Stephen A. Douglas, Constitutional Union candidate John Bell, and Republican candidate Abraham Lincoln.
The Democratic Party could not decide on who their official candidate should be for the party, and since Democrats mostly reside in the South, this is not good for the southern states because we do not have votes in the Electoral College to be split amongst ourselves. Huh? What? Oh my gosh. Yes, this just in. The winner of the election of 1860 is Abraham Lincoln. Clearly, this is not the result that the southern states, including Georgia, would have hoped for. But nonetheless, that is the president of the United States and who it will be.
Now that the president has been elected, this will seem to be the first domino response. I've been unhappy with the government and lack of agreement in the House and Senate for far too long. Georgians, Virginians, Carolinians can't stand it anymore. There were sure the actions the result of this election. Hello, I'm William H. Geist, and I'm here to tell you that South Carolina has seceded from the Union.
Well, folks, Judith Applebarn here, reporting live from South Carolina in what historians are already calling a declaration of war. The short-fused state of South Carolina has officially removed itself from the United States of America. Yes, folks, at precisely right now, the state signed a declaration of secession. When asked why, South Carolinians cited states' rights, tariffs, and something about not liking the new president-elect. Also, a general refusal to share anything or compromise with anyone ever. A local Trustonian, little Timmy Tim Tim, has some words he'd like to share.
From what my folks have told me, the North is nothing but slaves, sympathizing factory workers, and they won't give us the rights and freedoms we deserve as a state. So we decide to take matters into our own hands and rip away from these Yankees in order to keep our culture, economy, and lifestyle intact. There's no way to keep our plantation up and running if we don't have slaves to run it, and there is not the budget to keep about 100 workers on the payroll.
Well, folks, you heard it here first. South Carolina has officially declared their secession from the Union. Stay tuned for updates, or better yet, just listen for cannon fire. This is Judith Applebarn, signing off.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Agatha Florence. The day is September 18th, 1862, and we stand here today at the site of the Battle of Sharpsburg, where blood is being shed for both the Union and Confederacy just yesterday. The Confederacy brought 45,000 soldiers, while the Union only brought 3/4 of their troops, but almost doubled the Confederate forces with 87,000 soldiers. It's a very bloody battle due to the terrain of the fight being a flat field, leaving nowhere to hide, meaning both armies aced head-on, coverless and relentless fire for the duration of the battle. A battle this bloody never has a winner, but the casualties came out to 12,401 Union casualties and 10,316 Confederate casualties. I'm here today with a surviving Confederate soldier who has a first-hand account of what it was like to be on the field. This is Jasper Calhoun. Jasper, what was it like on the field yesterday, being outnumbered nearly 2-1?
I understood that we would not have the odds in our favor for this battle. At my first glance on the battlefield, all I could see was a sea of Union soldiers. But I'll be damned if I hang up my hat just to give up, just because there's a few more men on the other side. I got my southern pride and my southern grit, and myself and the rest of my brothers fighting alongside me are going to fire our rifles till we were blue in the face and red on the
So if you're lonely, you know I'm here waiting for you. I'm just a crosshair. I'm just a shot away from you. And if you leave here, you leave me broken, shattered alive. I'm
What was the Confederacy's strategy going into the battle?
We were split into 5 groups alongside the Potomac River, and the plan was to attack in groups, eventually taking the Union Army. But of course, we had to pivot once the plans were given away.
What are your thoughts on the plans falling into McClellan's hands?
Clearly, it was a large mistake by the messenger or whoever lost the plans. But even with the plans lost, the North did not capitalize. McClellan is far too cautious to make a good game-time decision and threw away his chance to take us over. If our forces were given the same opportunity, this war would be damn near over. But, like I said before, the South has the fight and the hard work that the North does not have and never will have. And that's what we're fighting to try to keep.
Thank you, Jasper. Like her said, the outcome of this battle is quite surprising considering the plans were given away from the quantity of the Union soldiers. But it's good to know that the Confederacy is strong. Now back to the headquarters.
It is Heller Keller here reporting at headquarters. The battle at Sharpsburg has given the President of the United States the confidence to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which has issued all the Confederate states slaves to freedom. This will not be recognized by our country because a president of a different country cannot order what happens in our borders. There will be so many more bloody battles, and we just all need to prepare for it and fight our hardest. Back to you.
July 1st, day 1 of the battle. Confederate forces pushed the Union troops through Gettysburg to high ground. It is now day 2. There's fierce fighting occurring at locations like Little Red Top, the Whitfield, and Peach Orchard. But the Union held a strong and defensive front. Hey, what you doing over here?
I'm reloading!
Breaking news! We're here at day 3 of the Battle of Gettysburg! Oh my god, they just called a friggin' Pickett's charge! Oh my god, the Union's destroying them! Oh, they're retreating! Oh my god! Overall, the Union has won. Union Major General George Meade's Army of the Potomac defeats the attacks by the Confederate General Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia, halting Lee's invasion of the North and forcing his retreat. Lee was forced to retreat to Virginia! And the defeat stopped Lee's northern invasion and put them solely on defense for pretty much the rest of the war, while also boosting Union morale. We're getting reports that this could be the turning point of the war. Now let's look at what's happening at sea.
We are here capturing the conversation between General Grant and General Sherman. Shh, so we can listen.
Sherman, you're in charge. Take a harsh approach. Destroy down Confederate property and infrastructure to wear down their will to fight.
Okay. Right now we are live from our neck of the woods, Savannah, Georgia, covering Sherman and his troops reaching the seat of their march to the sea. It is December 21st, 1864, and once they hit the sea, it marks the end of their march. Let's take a look at what they're doing. This march has impacted the Civil War by severely demoralizing the Confederates and weakening them. By destroying infrastructure and supplies, Sherman and his men lead us to the end of the Civil War.
I'm Kenlyn Henner.
And I'm Heller Kellen.
We're sad to report tragic news.
Our president, Abraham Lincoln, Honest Abe, has died.
We ask that everyone is very careful and cautious since we have not found no one.
If anyone has any information of where he might be, please contact the police.
He's around 5'8", black hair, black mustache, and brown eyes.
Thank you. boring. I could literally die. Am I right?
Of course.
That's him!
John Welch, we're gonna get you. Hello, Georgia. It's Agatha Florence here.
We're here with the people that are on the hunt for John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Booth has tragically assassinated President Abraham Lincoln. Once he assassinated Lincoln, Major Joseph B. Stewart was seated in front of Lincoln and chased John Wilkes Booth until he escaped out of the back door of Ford's Theater.
Booth then made his way to Maryland, where he was supposedly met up with David Harold. Booth and Harold were then stopped at the Navy Yard Bridge, but allowed to pass in Maryland. And they went to the Soppers Hill to pick up supplies. That's all we have so far on the manhunt.
This just in. John Wilkes has been captured. It is April 26, 1865, and the troops just found him in a barn in Virginia. It's Agatha Florence reporting here. The date is April 8, 1864, and the Senate has just proposed the 13th Amendment.
Hello, y'all. I'm Judith Applebarn. This amendment will be the final end to slavery. Very controversial here in Georgia. We will see how it goes. It will certainly be an interesting process. But up to north, they believe that the official abolishment of slavery is necessary for our country to move forward.
Approved. As the Republican Party, we really want the 13th Amendment.
Agreed.
The 13th Amendment must be passed. We'll advocate and get involved to pass this amendment.
Agreed! Hello, folks. It's Agatha Florence here. The date is December 6, 1865, the day that the 13th Amendment has officially been ratified.
And let me tell you, folks, it has been a long ride. I want to mention President Lincoln. Because without him, the 13th Amendment may have never happened.
You betcha.
The House of Representatives was very stubborn, but finally they voted 119 to 56.
The Constitution now says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction.